Falcon fans, it's your boy Ricondo coming back at you with another video. So today we're going to do a quick conversation about what Calais Campbell had to say today in his introductory press conference with the Atlanta Falcons and what that means for the Atlanta Falcons moving forward in 2023 season and beyond. So guys, if you have not already, go ahead and please subscribe to the channel. Please set the notification bell so you know when I drop another video. Please hit the like button so I know you guys like to hear what I talk about. And please share my video throughout the YouTube universe so more people can come in and hear me talk about these Atlanta Falcons. So guys, like I said today, Calais finally had his introductory press conference via Zoom with the Atlanta Falcon media. And some of the things he had to say was very interesting. And it gives you some good positive vibes of what you think about the Atlanta Falcons moving forward here this season, and some of the things that we can expect. The biggest thing that he said towards the end was that he can definitely see the Atlanta Falcons a team that could really be playing in January and February, which means, guys, that's the playoffs, and potentially making a Super Bowl run. So taken away from that, you go back and some of the things he had to say what attracted him to the Atlanta Falcons. Of course, you have to start with the leadership of the Atlanta Falcons. The owner was reported that Mr. Arthur Blank had about 40-minute conversation with him, talk about some of the things that he could actually do, his philanthropy that he had. Of course, a former Walter Payton Man of the Year. Calais Campbell really believes, helping out in the community and things like that. Arthur Blank, inform him that definitely he can continue to do things like that, anything he want to do in our communities here in Atlanta and things like that. So coming from the leadership, also talking about the coach, Arthur Smith, how his vision that he had, his passion, and the way he was able to communicate, what he wanted, what he's seen from Calais Campbell, how he could utilize him. He mentioned, just going up against Arthur Smith, the years when he was with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and of course Arthur Smith with the Tennessee Titans. It was really hard for game plan. So he understands how good of a coach Arthur Smith is. Of course, we know Arthur Smith is going to his third season head coach, and the first two seasons is trial by error. You're gonna make some good decisions, make some bad decisions, but so far so good, and we definitely think Arthur Smith definitely going to start to improve here. Going into his third season. So also talked to the general manager, Terry Fontenot. The biggest thing he took away from that conversation was the leadership that he liked, what Terry Fontenot had to say. So just talking to the leadership of the Atlanta Falcons, they really sold him on where, the want first that they wanted him. And then the second was he really respect that, and he felt like he can have a good relationship with all those guys. So that's one good thing to say about organization. A lot of people try to say the Atlanta Falcons organization is not good, but I would say it's probably one of the best organizations out there in the NFL. And we start with the leadership, with the owner, of course, and then bringing in this new regime here with Terry Fontenot and Arthur Smith. The next thing we get to the football piece. He mentioned that they already told him how they could definitely utilize him. Predominantly going to be playing defensive end, about 60% of the snaps. That means about 40 plays a game. He said he can definitely play that at an elite level. That's going to definitely help out our run game a whole lot. His leadership that he's going to bring in the locker room, especially with our young guys in the rotation, guys like Okendeji, who I felt like took a step back last year, but definitely get in when a guy like Calais Campbell could definitely help him. Guy like Taquan Graham going to his third season. Armor Ebiketie, D'Angelo Malone, all those guys could definitely utilize the leadership, and some of the things that he have learned over his years, right? He mentioned about, watching film and studying, the game plan and things like that. I think every one of the guys on the defensive line can utilize that experience from a guy like Calais Campbell. We always mention, what Dwight Freeney was able to do to the young defense that was here back in 2016. The same thing can be said about a guy like Calais Campbell. But I think the biggest thing, he also talked with about Ryan Nielsen, about how smart he thought he was, and Ryan Nielsen was able to, tell him some of the things, the game plan. And I think the biggest thing that you can take away from this defense is that the game plan, how they're going to be able to get after the quarterback this year. It's going to be very, very good. He mentioned that Ryan Nielsen is real, articulate how he want to make things happen. He breaks it down. He's really precise in the things that he's trying to get done. So I can't wait to see what this defensive line is going to be about. He also mentioned the offseason signings of guys like Jesse Bates, Caden Ellis, and things like that. But if you can just imagine a guy who has all these years of experience, and the Atlanta Falcons was not the only team that was trying to recruit him for his services. You got to think about teams like the Buffalo Bills, like the New York Jets, like the Jacksonville Jaguars also was in the mix for trying to recruit Calais Campbell, and he decided to come to the way he phrased it was an underdog team that can definitely make some noise. Of course, he mentioned guys like Desmond Ridder needs to make sure he take the next step, which we all hope he does. And if he's able to do that, I think we might be able to be that team that's playing in January and February. But guys, what I took from this introductory press conference is the fact that a guy from outside looking at an organization, seeing that it's a young organization that's up and coming, right? He understands the rebuild that we had to go through the first two seasons, getting rid of some of our older guys, getting the salary cap right. He understands that was able to spend a lot of money this year, and definitely be able to spend a lot of money next year as well. So this is one of the teams that could be a team that could be on the rise for years to come, right? Still got a ways to go. Still got moves to make. Still players on the teams got to get better. Of course, our quarterback has to improve. Of course, we're going with the young Desmond Ridder this year. So those are some of the things that we definitely got to think about. But this is a good signing. It shows that the Atlanta Falcons organization is an attractive organization for some of the veteran players out there, guys like Calais Campbell. And I think if we could just put it all together and put it on the field, more guys would definitely want to come and play for this franchise as well. So guys, please go out and listen to the entire interview from Calais Campbell. With some good insight, some of the things he had to say, and hopefully you'd be excited just like I was. This is your boy Ricondo coming back at you with another video. Peace.